You know your big idea is right, but the client is not buying. What's your secret weapon to sell through? See, it's all about salesmanship.
Ah, your dad. Bring your dad. You bring your dad.
Cowboy boots and a hat. And
Get your dad on board. Yes. You know, I worked with Riney, and he never looked like he was selling. But he had this amazing, well, again, it's stagecraft. I mean, he was an actor, and he just knew the pauses and when to rivet, have the client riveted on him. And it was the way he came across, and you go, well, this guy knows what he's talking about. And there's a confidence that we have to have. How many creative people? I believe creative people should present their own work. Sometimes it screws it up because they don't really have the confidence. But I believe that they have to learn and they have to stand behind their own work. Hal wanted to present mostly the work. Well, he only presented the work that he liked, which was the work he wrote. But that's another story. But I think it's all about, they're not always going to buy it. They are not. Even a great idea. They're not. A lot of work I can't sell.
But what I'm interested in knowing is like, do you have an idea that you sell down the river first to like make this idea sell through? Like,
I don't believe in playing games.
Yeah.
I don't even like straw dogs. I don't even like to bring two ideas in.
Uh-huh.
I like to go through all the ideas and then go, that's it. And do everything possible to make that one work.
Uh-huh.
That's what I like. Other people have different points of view. What do you guys think?
yeah, I'm the same way. Anything we can do to back the right horse. So you might go and shoot something to help sell that idea. You might go get film reference. You might, you know what I mean? You get behind a certain idea and you do everything you can to open that client's eyes. Then you kind of put it in front of the account people and you tell them to attack it. All right, tear this apart. You're the client, tear it apart, and you figure out where's the soft part, where's the soft underbelly we have to protect, and that's troubleshoot it that way. That's all you can do.
Uh-huh.
I also think, bringing the client in early in the process, if you know it's the right idea that you want to sell,
Mm-hmm.
bringing them in much earlier, so then
Mm-hmm.
maybe giving them a little bit of ownership throughout the process, making them feel like it's our idea.
It has a lot to do with who you're selling to.
Yeah.
Middle management, I cannot stand
Well,
it.
they can't buy work anyway.
They can't. They can
can't.
kill it,
Yeah.
a lot of it.
Yeah.
You get to the right person, you're most likely going to get to sell it. But that's hard in this business where you have all these layers. And I don't know how many layers you guys go through, but God, you're working with this middle layer. You're going, God, get through this so we can get on to the right people.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's the
you-
manning up, I think.
But I think with the Riney, I worked with Riney for a year, and he wasn't doing a lot of presenting then, but
Yeah.
he was able to give those nuggets, those lines to that middle management so that they could help sell it out.
Oh,
so
they
so
gave
just
him confidence.
articulating the idea and just telling the client why it's good and letting them tell their boss why it's good. That's an art.
Yeah, that's good.
I think it's also, one thing agency people don't understand enough is that we speak a different language than our clients. And we come at it, we almost come at problems in different places. Clients, we talk about, and then the sun is going to rise just over that and the light's going to hit this, and they don't care.
No, they don't.
They don't care. It's all about what's it going to do to move my product. And if you can find an idea and
That's
speak
true.
that language,
What's it going to do to move my
they'll
boat?
respond to it.
Right?
I think part of
How
it
they're
too
not
is,
going to get fired.
Yeah.
I think part
Go
of it
ahead.
too is not trying to sort of try to sell that big idea every time, right? I mean, you kind of lose your credibility if you're dying on the sword for every idea that you like.
Yeah.
So I think it's you end up garnering trust if you really go to bat for your favorites, kind of more dramatically than some other things. And the client might say if they like the way you think and you're not doing it every creative presentation, they're more likely to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to take a little leap of faith with you.
Yeah, you have to chip away at it. You definitely have to you got to know your clients. Which are the ones that are willing to go with you, so you can kind of go like, this guy absolutely wants to fall on the sword every time with me, and maybe if one of those things gets through, that's the way to go about it. There's another way to go about it, which is to chip away a little bit and build a relationship with them, and it can happen that way as well.
If you want it too badly, they might not want to give it to you.
We're
Yeah,
just-
I don't know. You know what? We lost something recently. This fucker over here.
Guys,
Sorry about that.
It was that.
We gave exactly what they wanted.
No. You know what they said? They said, we love your
half the
stuff. We love you guys. The second time we met you, we didn't feel enough passion.
oh, come on. Oh.
And it was, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
we were like,
I'm crying
we
right
love that shit. And it was like, so I think it's,
Interesting.
yeah, so that's like I think a lot of clients want to know
Passion.
you're there. You're gonna
Rich, I remember I was in a meeting with you one time where you said,
Uh-oh.
I think you said,
Oh, I got a good rich story too. We'll go around.
you said, you said, I will put my creative reputation on this idea. Do you remember that?
I do it every week.
So what, so, I mean, I of course totally agree that creatives should be selling their own work.
Yes.
To what degree do we all feel planners have a role in selling the work through? Because I remember, and let me just say by way of setting that up, and I sort of know where that gesture is going. but I remember back in the day having the privilege of sitting in a room with John Steele.
That's one. Name another one.
I know. Well, clients would turn, and basically, it's like they'd be nervous about the creative work, and they want John to make them feel better.
Yeah. Planners have this ultimate, wonderful little space where they don't have to. They didn't come up with it. They don't even sell it. The client goes to them because they trust them, and they don't trust you. It annoys me. Good answer. I don't think they stand by the work enough. I think they make the client feel really comfortable. But you know what? They're creative too. A great planner is another extension of the creative department, and it's their work too. It's their portfolio. And they're lazy, or they're not taught right. They're extremely smart.
I don't.
I mean, Lucy's an amazing resource.
She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing.
You should
I
try to
don't.
recruit her.
We don't look at Lucy. We actually call it Probert Center for us. Back in the day, I don't see planners as helping sell work. I see them as getting us smart on the front end, the insight's right, the strategy's right, and so then the dominoes fall. At the end of the day, I think clients want to buy from passionate, creative people.
Right.
The press wants to talk to passionate, creative people. The people want to have circles of conversations with passionate, creative people. I don't think you can ever rely on anybody else to do the job of selling it or tipping it.
John was extraordinary because he was passionate and smart and had that accent.
Yeah, the accent.
Well, can I just add one thing too? I forgot about this. The secret weapon for us is telling them that we're not going to give them crap in the first place, right? So before they even hire us, say if you hire us, and I say the same line, I'm like, we're not going to hit the ball down the middle of the fairway. So for the love of God, if that's what you want, don't hire us because you're going to hate working with us. So a lot of times they don't hire us. But when they do hire,
Isn't the ball on a fairway good though?
That's the salesmanship.
yeah, it's normally good.
Not if you're bowling.
So it's like what Tommy was saying. It's pre-selling before you're even before you're even doing anything, right? So it's setting expectations early on for what they're going to get if they work with you.
They have a whole set of problems that we don't even think about. They're coming in the door going, "Oh shit, what are they going to sell me?" When their bosses are on them. They've got to sell product. They got to do something, and we're a black box. We're creative in a commerce business, and it's amazing that we actually get paid to do what we do.
And it's amazing that most of the time they don't realize the power of creativity to sell their product.
That's
So
true.
that's the thing that we have to convince them all the time. And they look at the trophies and they look at these things and they say, that's what you're in it for. And they don't realize that half those trophies or all those trophies are selling their product for them. And every time we have to reconvince them. And that's the part of it where sometimes the good partners around you can really actually help that because you're powerless to kind of, just like a defensive creative, like my thing is so beautiful, you love it, don't you? Yeah. You can't do that. You need these other parts. And that's where strategy for me kind of does come in. Planners do come in because they can say, look at your sales, look at your numbers, look at your goals, look at your targets, look at all these things, and actually can help to alleviate the passion that we do bring to it.
You should be basically staking Rich Silverstein's reputation on whatever you're doing. His reputation.
It's funny, but reputation means nothing. And don't you have to prove every day? It's a new day, every day.
Yeah, but for a client to hear that coming from you meant something for
Well,
them.
you know when you have that card to play, and you probably have it.
He's
to
like,
play. He's got a deck.
I want the story I was going to tell is that I used to call them the Snicker Boys, but it was Jerry Graff and Dave Gray, and I for 1 year didn't even know their names. I called them the Snicker Boys, and but they were really talented, and they had this one idea for the Super Bowl where they're going to have this monkey just dance, right? And it was really funny. And I went, oh my God, that is a brilliant idea. We just wasted $2 million. And the middle management, no way. That is so derogatory to our business. We're not going to do it. And I said, I'll spend our own money to produce it, to prove. And luckily, the CEO heard it and said, oh, it's fantastic. I didn't have to spend our money. So sometimes I will go out on a limb and say, we'll do it.